Are carbon fiber plated shoes for us mere mortals, or are we better suited to the nylon plated shoe in the Endorphin Speed? Let's compare the Endorphin Pro to the Endorphin Speed to see which one feels better on my feet, on my legs as a non-elite runner. Let's get into this. If this is your first time on the channel, my name is Brendan and I am a non-elite runner who loves to empty my bank account on running shoes, running gear, and just talk about it with you fine folks here on YouTube. I'm also going to share with you my marathon training and marathon training. So if that's something you're into, you love running, I know you do because you want to hear about these comparisons right here, click that subscribe button right down there. And while you're there, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people. Anyway, I'm going to stop selling myself. Let's get into the comparisons right now. So how we're going to break down this comparison for you fine folks is first, we're going to look at the weight of the two shoes, see which one is a little bit heavier, if at all. Then we're going to talk about the fit. Is there any heel slippage? Should I have gone a size up in either of them? We're going to move on then to the most exciting part of the video, in my opinion, and that is comparing the two different plates. How does the nylon plate compare to that pristine, the ultimate carbon fiber plate? Is there much difference at all? That's something that I was super curious about and something I was so excited to compare once I got them in hand, and I'm excited to share it with you fine folks. Then I want to talk about which shoe that I would suggest you pick up if you're a non-elite runner such as myself, because that's where I'm coming at when I do these shoe reviews, is from someone that just likes to get out there, put on nice shoes to feel nice, and unfortunately probably never use them to their full capability, but I still feel nice putting them on my feet, and I hope that you will as well. All right, let's talk about the weight of these two shoes. Starting off with the Endorphin Pro, this thing comes in at 233 grams for my size 10.5 US men's. I don't know what it is in ounces, I'll put it on the screen right here. Anyway, that's pretty light, I must say. So how much heavier is the Speed with all its additional comfort and overlays at it? It must be much, much heavier, right? Right? Wrong. The Saucony Endorphin Speed weighs in at 237 grams, a mere 4 grams lighter, or 4 grams heavier than the Endorphin Pro. And you know what? I think that if you were to remove this little decal right here, of the, there's an additional padding here that has the Saucony layer on there, I think you could save 4 grams right there, and that might be an experiment we do sometime in the near future. Maybe we'll cannibalize some little aspects of that shoe to make it weigh the same as the Endorphin Pro. I was definitely pretty shocked when I found that the weight was so similar. I was expecting the Endorphin Speed to weigh in much heavier, just based on the fact that there's a lot more padding around the ankle collar, the tongue's a little bit more plush, there's reinforcements around the upper to make it more durable. So having that 4 extra grams, I was quite shocked, but the numbers don't lie. The Endorphin Pro is just a tad bit lighter than the Endorphin Speed. So in terms of weight, the Endorphin Pro is our winner just based off the numbers, but with the added comfort, I'm pretty shocked by that. Moving on to the fit. Let's start off with the Endorphin Pro. Now the Endorphin Pro, you know what? I love this upper sole. If you haven't watched my initial impressions, you can do that after this video, but just know that I was raving about this upper in the initial impressions. But I will say, the more that I've used this shoe, the more that I'm realizing that it isn't the best fit. I wish that I would have gone down half a size. Let me explain. So I am experiencing quite a bit of heel slippage in this. When I first put it on my feet, I didn't actually have that much heel slippage, but the more mileage that I put in this, the more heel slippage I am getting. I wish I would have gone down half a size for that, but then that would bring up another issue. Getting my foot into this shoe is a battle each and every time because I think of this more narrow ankle collar, but I don't expect that to be something that But I don't think that's unexpected considering this is a race shoe. You don't want it to be loosey-goosey. You want it to be aerodynamic, but that is something that I do encounter every time I put on this shoe. It's a little bit of a battle, and unfortunately when I'm out there running, a little bit of heel slippage. But At the end of the day, I do still love the upper. It's not that noticeable. I am nitpicking. I don't notice the heel slippage that much, but it is there, and it's definitely more noticeable after I put my feet into the Endorphin Speed. And with that said, let's move on to the fit of the Endorphin Speed. So the Endorphin Speed, this is how an upper is meant to fit. This upper has everything I love about the Endorphin Pro, and it fixes everything I don't like. The extra reinforcements in this heel cup, the beautiful padding around the ankle, that little bit of padding around the tongue, the gusseted tongue, although that has a gusseted tongue too, but I just have to add in gusseted tongue because who doesn't love a gusseted tongue? The extra reinforcements around this upper makes for the ultimate fit in my opinion. This shoe fits like an absolute dream, a glove. I love it. And the reason that I think the Endorphin Speed just fits a little bit better than the Endorphin Pro and I'm not getting the same heel slippage is because of this extra reinforcements through the heel. I did mention this in my first impressions of this one as well, that the added padding around the ankle collar and the reinforcement in the heel does add to that beautiful, beautiful lockdown. Now, I don't use the runner's knot too often, but I think I might start using it on the Endorphin Pro just because maybe that'll help combat the heel slippage. But I must say, in terms of fit, the Endorphin Speed fit so much better, 100% true to size, where I would have actually probably went down half a size if I would have tried this in store. But you know what? I bought it online, and with these type of racing shoes, unfortunately, you can't return them. So the winner of the fit battle between the Endorphin Speed and the Endorphin Pro is going to the Endorphin Speed, baby girl. This shoe is fantastically fit. I love it so much. I just noticed that I have like a little bit of food on there somehow. I always find a way to ruin stuff. That's just something I do. Now let's move on to the ultimate battle, the carbon fiber plate versus the nylon plate. Before we get into the feelings, I just want to show you guys in the flesh how these two shoes compare. Like, look at that. I'm bending pretty hard and I can't move this shoe at all. It's super stiff in the Endorphin Pro. Now moving on to the Endorphin Speed with the nylon plate, look at this. I'm pushing the same amount and I'm able to flex it. It's definitely noticeable that it's trying to push back, but I can at least flex it. I think that if I were to push too hard on the carbon fiber plate, I'd snap it, because look at these biceps. You know that I'd be breaking that carbon fiber plate in half. Anyway, let's talk about my experiences with these two plates, because that's what we're here to do, not look at the tensile strength of these two different plates. Starting off with the Endorphin Speed and this nylon plate. So like you saw, I can bend this nylon plate pretty easily. And you know what? If someone didn't tell me that there's a plate in this shoe, I would be pretty hard pressed to figure it out myself. It's that non-intrusive. And what I mean by that is that when you're just walking around, you don't really notice it. But when you start picking up the paces, it's there to remind you that it is there, and it's helping you with that energy return that would be otherwise lost from this very cushiony, beautiful PWRRUNPB foam. And like if you watch Ed Budd, what he says, and I totally agree with him, is that these plates are there just to provide that little bit of extra support for these beautiful engineered foams that are so plush and comfortable coming our way. I love that this nylon plate is not intrusive, because that means I can put this on day in and day out. The reason I don't really like wearing carbon fiber plates so often is because I do find they manipulate my gait cycle. So it's kind of not letting my body move through its natural rhythm. And I don't know, I do love wearing them for race days and faster stuff, but it's not an everyday shoe because I don't want my body to get used to them because they're honestly just way too expensive. Moving on to the Pro with that carbon fiber plate. And yes, this carbon fiber plate is very noticeable. When you put your feet in this shoe, it's pushing me back up, literally. Like I try to put some energy in and then it just pops me right back up. It's that noticeable. And that, I don't like having that on my everyday shoes. So this is definitely reserved for race day. And if I really feel like it, I'll bring it up for faster stuff. But with the Endorphin Speed in my arsenal, I don't know. But that's kind of ruining the end of this video. So let's keep on talking about this carbon fiber plate. So yes, you do definitely notice the energy return from the carbon fiber plate. But unfortunately for me, I'm not that strong. And what that leads to is me not being able to get the full benefit of this plate, I don't believe. So when I'm running down the street, trying to pick up my pace, I'm getting up to, you know, that super fast stuff, 4:30 per kilometer, just giving her. I'm not, unfortunately, using the full benefit of this plate, I don't think, because I'm not strong enough to bend it. All it's really doing, I think, is putting that energy back into my joints rather than me being able to actually get that benefit of being able to spring off. But I do feel fast in it, that's for sure. And I think that's because due to the stiffness, this speed roll technology that Saucony has is very, very prevalent. That's something I did forget to mention, that with the nylon plate, the speed roll technology is definitely less noticeable. So yes, the carbon fiber plate would be fantastic if you can get the full benefit of it. If you are a faster, stronger runner than myself, this shoe, this plate would be fantastic. But unfortunately for me, I don't have the strength right now. So the nylon plated shoe is the best one for me. I feel that I'm getting the most benefit with the nylon plate. One thing that I also want to mention is a difference between the carbon fiber plate and the nylon plate is that I feel much more stable in the speed with the nylon plate. I don't know what it is, but with the carbon fiber plate in the Endorphin Pro, I really feel myself overpronating. And I have a clip right here to show you what I'm talking about, because it feels, I can literally feel my ankles rolling inwards, and it makes for a very, not unstable, but kind of, I can definitely feel my ankles being worked more and more with the Endorphin Pro due to that extra little bit of stability work that they're having to do. This Endorphin Speed definitely feels much more stable, not in the sense of a stability shoe, but in the sense that I don't feel so wobbly like I'm on a platform almost trying to balance myself. The Endorphin Speed gives me that nice and secure feeling of, yes, I am on this beautiful plush foam, but there's a little plate there to remind me that I am safe and I'm not losing all my energy. And that is another reason why I do prefer the Endorphin Speed with that nylon plate, because I have had to wear stability shoes in the past. And you know what? I'm scared that I'm gonna roll my ankle in this, to be perfectly honest, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna take this out once I become a stronger runner. And for race days, I may even still use it. It's so conflicting between these two shoes because they're both fantastic. But guys, with the conclusion, this Endorphin Speed fits me a little bit better. The nylon plate suits me a little bit better because I'm a non-elite and I don't have the strongest ankles, so having a little bit more of a stable platform does help me out. I have to give it to the Endorphin Speed right now, but guys, that could change as I become a stronger runner. We're gonna have to reevaluate in a few months' time to see if I'm still preferring the Endorphin Speed for all my runs. And yes, as a non-elite, I would highly suggest that you do save that $50 Canadian, $40 US, I'm not sure what it is in euros and pounds, and go for the Endorphin Speed if you can get your hands on this guy. I'm not saying that don't get the Endorphin Pro, because you know what, guys? Running is individual and we all have to do what we enjoy. And this shoe looks fantastic and so does this shoe. So if you can get your hand on the Endorphin Pro, give this a try as well. But just know that you're not going to be able to use this shoe as often. Unless you want to wear carbon fiber plated shoes all the time and you're just that rich, go for it. But for me, I know that I can pick up this shoe even for easy runs. I did an easy run in this shoe and it was still fantastic. And that is why the Endorphin Speed is being crowned the winner of this inaugural first shoe battle on the channel. That's my take. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. What is your opinion? Do you prefer the Endorphin Pro or the Endorphin Speed? Have you tried them out? Are you hoping to try them out? Let us know in the comments section down below. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna wrap it up right there. Hope you have a fantastic evening and I will catch you on the next one.